Good day, esteemed judges and colleagues. I hope you all are doing well. I'm Yusra, a final year BDS student at Karachi Metropolitan University, and today I want to talk to you about something that exists in every dental clinic but is rarely mastered: the silent language of dentistry. We are entering an era where clinical skill alone is not enough. We must lead with the power of visual design to improve excellence. And the most important thing is to reduce the cognitive gap. As clinicians, we often speak a language of indices and pathology, but according to a study conducted by 3M Corporation in 1997, the human brain processes visual 60,000 times faster than the text. Isn't it amazing? And something all of us can take advantage of? When a patient is confused, they get anxious, and an extremely anxious patient is the last thing you want to deal with in your clinic. And I think we all can agree on that. So, to turn this anxious patient into an informed and confident one, visual design is the magical spell. It's a bridge that connects the patient with the procedure they are undergoing. And it's also important to understand the psychology of color because design starts with psychology. One of the biggest mistakes in dental design is the all white room, which can feel sterile and can cause white coat hypertension. Notice, for example, the palette of this presentation. We use deep navy for authority and gold for excellence. In your clinic, the colors of your walls and your digital screen dictates the patient's heart rate. So, strategic design is the first step of anesthesia. It calms the mind before we even touch the patient. Now, let me walk you through the importance of infographics. We have all seen text-heavy posters that no one really reads. By transforming raw data into clean infographics, we can make oral health and health information more digestible for the patients. This provides insight of what, why, and how a disease occurs and how to control or prevent it. A well designed icon can explain a complex root canal treatment better than your 10 minutes explanation. Now, we move from static images to the logic of motion because in our clinics, it is worth everything. When we use motion like a 3D trajectory of an implant, we are removing the clinical mystery. A patient does not understand a two-dimensional X-ray, but they do understand a 3D animation showing the path of healing. By guiding the viewer's eyes through smooth transition and animated data, we don't just show them what we will do, we show them exactly how we will do it and how it will transform them. So, motion is the difference between a patient who is told and a patient who understands. And talking about transformation, it is actually the most important visual in our profession. And luckily, we are now at a point where art meets AI. We can design, visualize, and test drive a smile before we even pick our instruments. This not only guides us dentists in our procedure, but also motivates the patient to get the treatment done. And let's be honest, a dentist's journey begins long before the patient sits in the chair. It starts with your visuals, your brand, your social media, your brochures, and your clinic's identity. Design is a silent ambassador of your clinic. It tells the patient you are modern, precise, and professional before you even say a word. Now, I want to ask you a question. Think about the last time you were a customer and not a doctor. At what point did you decide you could trust them? Was it when you paid the bill, or it was the moment you saw the logo or walked through the door? The truth is, we decide to trust long before we decide to buy. The case is the same. A patient's journey begins the moment they discover us. Design is the invisible thread that connects the first digital interaction to the final post operative smile. It's like we are communicating that our clinical work will be just as organized and as precise as our interface. So let's remember this as a take home message that every smile we create is a work of art, but how we present that art defines our legacy. So let's build a future where Pakistani dentistry is recognized not just for its clinical success, but for its visual brilliance. Thank you.